What is up, guys? It is RSC6414 here, back with another video. This time I will be reviewing and talking a little bit about last night's episode of WWE Monday Night Raw. Overall, I gotta say, it was a good episode, and the WWE swerved us all and played everybody like a bunch of puppets, as Mark Henry would say. Basically, CM Punk was a no-show. That's why I just said what I said. CM Punk, everybody thought he was coming back. They even mentioned his name on the pre-show at one point. Everybody was going nuts. And it turns out CM Punk was not there. The first thing we have was Paul Heyman coming out to CM Punk's entrance theme song. He trolls everybody. He gets in the ring, sits down, and kind of cuts a pipe bomb type thing. He basically talks about how CM Punk left the WWE and turned his back on the WWE and its fans. He also basically just talks about various other things, including his client, Brock Lesnar. He talks about Brock Lesnar and how he's going to get The Undertaker back and how they're going to end the streak at WrestleMania 30. And basically what happens there is next is Brock Lesnar comes out, they talk, Brock Lesnar shrieks like he always does, and then they're walking up the entrance ramp, and then here comes Mark Henry coming back to get revenge after Brock Lesnar broke his arm. Mark Henry comes back out, like I said, down the entrance ramp. He tries to beat up Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar would eventually F5 Mark Henry through the announce table, and Mark Henry would get buried by WWE. Once again, I don't know why they keep doing this, but it's really starting to piss me off. But what are you going to do, I guess? Then we would start off the night with the WWE Tag Team Championship match. This match was back and forth. The New Age Outlaws defending against the Usos. Jey Uso would hit the super kick on Billy Gunn. He'd go to the top rope, hit the Samoan frog splash for the 1, 2, 3. The Usos are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Congrats to the Usos. Their first tag team titles, first titles in the WWE, and they've been here 4 years, so on the main roster that is. So congrats to the Usos, well deserved. I was marking out, doing the yes, yes, yes the whole time. They after they had won, it was really cool moment to see them on the top rope holding up the tag belts, and overall good match, and really glad the Usos won. They definitely are the most deserving tag team in the division to hold the title belt. So good stuff overall there. The next thing we would have would be Big E versus Cesaro. Swagger would hit a swagger bomb in the middle of the match. Big E would pick up the win via disqualification, and we'd basically end it with that, really. Then that was kind of then Cesaro and Swagger would get in an argument. Big E would hit big ending on Cesaro, and we'd end it with that. Then we'd have Emma and Santino taking on Summer Rae and Fandango in a tag team match. Emma would lock in the Emma Lock submission maneuver, making Summer Rae tap. So Santino and Emma would defeat Fandango and Summer Rae. Once again, whatever match here. Same with Big E and Cesaro. That was kind of a whatever match because it was so short. Then after that, we would basically we'd have the Shield versus the Wyatt family. It was a back and forth match. Really good stuff. 3-on-3 tag action rematch from Elimination Chamber. That match was really good at Elimination Chamber. The Shield and the Wyatts would square off. They go back and forth. Dean Ambrose was going to tag in Seth Rollins of the Shield, when all of a sudden Seth Rollins jumps off the ring apron and he's like, whoop. And I was like, oh my God, of all people, Seth Rollins was the glue. He was the guy that held the Shield together. Roman Reigns chases Rollins down, who's walking up the entrance ramp. Reigns is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Seth Rollins is like, I'm tired of being the glue. I'm tired of being the person that holds the Shield and this stable together and breaking up you and Dean's arguments all the time. And then Seth Rollins would stand on the entrance ramp and watch the match the rest of the night. Roman Reigns would spear Eric Rowan over the announce table. Then you'd have Luke Harper hit a suicide dive and take out Reigns. Then Ambrose would take out Harper outside the ring, and it'd leave Bray Wyatt and Dean Ambrose the only two left in the ring. Bray Wyatt would hit the Sister Abigail finisher on Dean Ambrose for the 1, 2, 3, and the Wyatt family would pick up the win here once again. Another good match, the best match of Raw in my opinion, and overall good match. Not as good as their match at Elimination Chamber because that was hard to beat, but still pretty damn good if I have to say so myself. We will see. Maybe Rollins turning on the Shield is the end of the Shield, or maybe they'll get it all sorted out and we'll have it the Shield remain a stable for a little while longer, but most likely I'll go with the first option. Then we would have, what else did we have in the show? We had Daniel Bryan cut a promo. He basically said he was tired of being untreated fairly, and he said him and the Chicago crowd are going to hijack Raw, getting a big pop from the fans. And basically, Triple H and Stephanie McMahon come out. They say that without them, Daniel Bryan wouldn't even be known. He wouldn't be on TV because the McMahons run WWE. They build these rings before the shows and set up all the pyro and the Titantrons and the TV deals. And it's all the McMahon family that Daniel Bryan's famous, so he should be thanking them, not complaining. Daniel Bryan says he's tired of getting buried, basically, talking about Triple H, so get the shovel. He argues with Triple H. He says he wants a match versus Triple H at WrestleMania 30. Triple H declines. Then Kane comes out. Daniel Bryan hits a suicide dive on Kane, takes him out. They're exchanging punches, and security has to come out and break it up. We find out later in the night Daniel Bryan versus Batista in the main event. Then we also have the Big E versus Jack Swagger. The bell rings. Literally 15 seconds in, Cesaro comes from behind, hits the neutralizer on Big E. So Big E, in 2 matches, wins both matches via disqualification because one member of the Real Americans would interfere in the match. Basically, Cesaro and Swagger are arguing back and forth, and basically, Cesaro gets pissed because Swagger keeps pushing him. He sets up Swagger for the Cesaro swing. Could the Real Americans also potentially be done, is what I'm thinking. Zeb Coulter's like, don't do it. Don't do it, Cesaro. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Y'all are brothers. Y'all are real Americans. And he basically breaks it up, convinces Cesaro not to do it. So the Real Americans stay together for the time being. Cesaro and Swagger hug it out. So it looks like we will have the Real Americans remain a tag team for the time being. Then we would also have the Bellas versus Alicia Fox and Oksana. These matches are really in no particular order. I'm just talking about all the matches that happened. Sheamus versus Christian was also a match for the 3rd time. Sheamus hits a brogue kick on Christian. Sheamus was on the ring apron. He takes out Christian, who was in the ring. Sheamus brogue kicks Christian, who was in the ring, while Sheamus, like I said, was on the apron. A brogue kick I did not see coming. Pretty cool spot there. Good back and forth match. You had a couple near falls. Even though the only thing that took away from it is we've seen this match countless times. Sheamus would pin Christian for the 1, 2, 3. Sheamus defeats Christian in a good match, but the only thing is we've seen it numerous times. After that, they would interview Sheamus backstage. Renee Young would, and Christian would attack Sheamus from behind backstage and beat him up. And looks like Sheamus and Christian feud will continue. And then, like I said, the Bellas versus Oksana and Alicia Fox. Nikki Bella would hit the Rack Buster on her Rack Buster finisher on, I can't remember if it was Oksana, I'm pretty sure it was. For the 1, 2, 3, the Bellas would defeat Alicia Fox and Oksana in a whatever match. And then we'd have the main event, Daniel Bryan versus Batista. Back and forth action, singles action. It was an alright match. It didn't get as much time as I was hoping. Basically, in the middle of the match, Randy Orton was ringside the whole time at the commentary table in a chair. Batista Irish whipped Daniel Bryan right into Randy Orton. Daniel Bryan would take out Orton. Then 3 minutes later, Orton would get involved. He would come in the ring, take out Daniel Bryan. The ref would ring the bell. Daniel Bryan would win the match via disqualification because Randy Orton interfered. And then while Daniel Bryan was on the ground, Triple H came out. He was like, "I'm tired of your crap." Daniel Bryan, like laying down like this, would just kick Triple H in the face, and then Triple H would get pissed. Daniel Bryan would go off. He'd take out Kane, who was on the ring apron. He would then take out Randy Orton once again. Then Batista would Batista bomb Daniel Bryan. Triple H would get up and pedigree Daniel Bryan. And the Authority, Batista would get up one more time, Batista bomb Daniel Bryan. And the Authority would stand on top of Daniel Bryan at the end of the night. Overall, good Raw, regardless of no Punk. Unfortunately, no CM Punk. I don't know when he'll come back. Who knows if he'll come back, but I hope he comes back sometime before Payback. I hope to see him back soon. Overall, great. I'd give Raw 7 out of 10. Good show. I really enjoyed it. The Usos won the tag titles. Good match between the Shield and the Wyatts. Some decent segments. Paul Heyman had a good promo. Also, Paul Bearer was the 4th inductee into the 2014 WWE Hall of Fame. So congratulations to Paul Bearer. Well deserved. One of the best managers in the WWE history. Rest in peace, Paul Bearer. I wish he was here today to get inducted, but unfortunately he won't be. So who knows who'll induct him? I'm guessing it'll probably be The Undertaker, but congrats to him. Well deserved. Like I said, 7 out of 10 is the overall grade I'd give Raw. Hope you enjoyed this video. Check out my other videos and subscribe. Thanks, guys.